12 overlooked musicians who outplayed the legends. Every chart-topping hit had a secret weapon. Session musicians who outplayed the stars they backed. Record labels kept their names hidden. Fame went to someone else. Here are 12 overlooked musicians who outplayed the legends on their own records. Number 12. Steve Gadd. The man behind 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover created one of the most recognizable drum intros in music history.
50 ways to leave your lover. Just slip out the magic. Make a new plan, Stan.
Paul Simon needed perfection for his 1975 single. Gadd delivered a military-style pattern that made the song unforgettable. The track hit number 1 on February 7, 1976, and held the top spot for 3 weeks.
Hop on the bus, Gus. You don't need to discuss much. Just drop off PD.
Steely Dan hired him for Aja because only the best could survive their studio perfectionism. Eric Clapton made him a touring fixture for decades. Buddy Rich reportedly called him one of the greatest drummers alive. Gadd won Grammys and played on hundreds of gold records, yet most listeners never learned his name. Number 11. Kaye. The bass. Line on these boots are made for walkin' helped launch Nancy Sinatra to stardom in 1966. Kaye played it.
You keep losing when you ought to not bet. You keep saying...
She logged over 10,000 sessions by her own count, making her one of the most recorded bassists in history.
And the beat goes on. All of a sudden it came together, So
Phil Spector's Wall of Sound? She helped build it. The Mission Impossible theme? Her fingers made that bass line iconic. Kaye dominated Los Angeles studios throughout the 1960s as one of the few women in the Wrecking Crew. She played on Beach Boys classics, Sonny and Cher hits.
Well, I don't know if all that's true. You got me.
And Frank Sinatra sessions.
Was worth a single try. Why jump?
At 89, she remains a respected educator while most people have never heard her name despite knowing her work intimately.
5% of the chords of all the standards ran cycle for a while. And I was sitting there biting.
Number 10. Jamerson.
What's going on? Hey, what's going on? Tell me what's going on. Woo!
Motown's golden era produced an unprecedented string of #1 hits. Jamerson played bass on virtually all of them. His melodic bass lines on What's Going On, I Heard It Through the Grapevine, and Ain't No Mountain High Enough defined the Motown sound. Yet his name appeared on none of those records. Gordy kept session musician credits off Motown releases to protect the brand. Jamerson worked anonymously for over a decade, earning session wages while the stars took the fame. Paul McCartney has called him the greatest bass player ever. Jamerson died in 1983 at 47, 17 years before his Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction.
To bring some understanding here today.
Before we get to the top 9, which of these session legends surprised you most? Ever wonder how many hits you've heard without knowing who really played on them? Drop a comment and let us know where you're watching from. Number 9. Purdie. Aretha Franklin needed a drummer who could match her gospel intensity. Bernard Purdie delivered on Rock Steady, Young, Gifted, and Black, and dozens of other Atlantic Records classics. His signature groove, the Purdie Shuffle, became one of the most imitated drum patterns in music history.
Steady, run, steady.
Steely Dan immortalized it on Home at Last. Purdie claims to be the most recorded drummer in history with over 4,000 sessions. Whether exact or not, his resume includes everyone from James Brown to Dizzy Gillespie. He laid the rhythmic foundation for countless hits, while artists on magazine covers collected the fame. He's still performing at 85.
This bright familiar sun, I guess that I'm the love.
Number 8. Leland Sklar. James Taylor needed a bassist who could match his finger-picked guitar style. Leland Sklar filled that role for over 50 years. His credits now exceed 2,500 albums by his own count. Phil Collins, Jackson Browne, Linda Ronstadt, and Toto all relied on his tasteful playing. His distinctive long white beard makes him recognizable to studio insiders, even if casual fans never notice him. Sklar built his career on serving songs rather than showing off. He played what the music needed, which is why producers kept calling for 5 decades. He remains active at 77, still the first call session bassist for artists who value reliability over flash. Number 7. Tommy Tedesco. The most versatile guitar player in Wrecking Crew. History could play anything producers threw at him. Tommy Tedesco logged thousands of sessions covering rock, jazz, classical, and country. The Bonanza theme, Tedesco, Green Acres, Tedesco, Elvis Presley sessions. Tedesco walked in, sight-read the charts, and nailed takes that famous guitarists couldn't manage.
In the 60s I was a king. The 70s come around. Now I'll do anything.
He worked so frequently that he sometimes booked 3 or 4 sessions in a single day, rushing between studios across Los Angeles. Fellow musicians called him the most recorded guitarist in history. The 2015 documentary The Wrecking Crew finally brought his legacy to a wider audience, 18 years after his 1997 death at 67. We're halfway through. Which overlooked musician's story has stayed with you so far? Did you grow up hearing these songs without knowing who really played them? Let us know in the comments. Number 6. Chuck Rainey. Steely Dan's Walter Becker and Donald Fagen demanded perfection.
Smoking with the boys upstairs when I heard about
Session musicians who couldn't deliver were sent home. Chuck Rainey survived their studio gauntlet on Aja and Gaucho, two of the most meticulously produced albums in pop history.
I'll scratch your back, you can scratch mine. No, he can't sleep.
His bass lines on Peg and Josie demonstrated why Becker and Fagen kept calling him back. Before Steely Dan, Rainey was Aretha Franklin's first call bassist. Quincy Jones used him. Marvin Gaye trusted him. He developed a muted, dead string technique that gave his playing a distinctive percussive attack. He influenced an entire generation of R&B and pop bassists while remaining invisible to the general public. Number 5. David T. Walker. Barry White's lush 1970s productions needed a guitarist who could blend jazz sophistication with deep gospel feeling.
Where I'm gonna stay all night long.
David T. Walker became that guitarist. His wah-wah playing defined the era's soul sound. Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, the Jackson 5, and Marvin Gaye all put his fingers on their biggest records. Walker's work on Marvin Gaye's 1976 album, I Want You, showcased his ability to add soulful texture without overwhelming the vocal.
I want you, but I want you to want me.
Producers who needed authentic soul called him before anyone else. He played on hits spanning 6 decades, and at 83 he's still performing and recording. His name rarely appears on album covers, despite appearing on almost everything worth hearing. Number 4. Hugh McCracken. John Lennon needed the right guitar for Imagine. Hugh McCracken provided it.
Living for today.
The sessions that created one of rock's most iconic albums featured McCracken's acoustic and electric work throughout. He'd already proven himself with Steely Dan, Paul Simon, and Aretha Franklin.
These are the days of miracle and wonder. This is the long distance call. The way that
His ability to play whatever style a song required made him indispensable. McCracken became Paul Simon's go-to guitarist across multiple albums and tours. He played on Hall & Oates hits.
it's late at evening and all the music is seeping through.
Billy Joel trusted him. When producers needed reliability and musicianship without ego, they called McCracken.
All I want is someone to believe.
He died in 2013 at 70, having played on more classic recordings than most famous guitarists ever dreamed of. Only 3 more overlooked legends to go. Have any of these session players changed how you hear your favorite songs? Drop your thoughts in the comments before we continue. Number 3. Cornell Dupree. Atlantic Records needed a house guitarist who could handle Aretha Franklin's demanding arrangements. Cornell Dupree became that guitarist. His work on Lady Soul, Spirit in the Dark, and dozens of Atlantic classics showcased a player who could blend into any groove while adding distinctive personality. King Curtis made him a permanent member of his band. Dupree's playing influenced every R&B guitarist who followed. His restraint and taste became a template for serving the song rather than overshadowing it. He formed the jazz-funk group Stuff, toured with countless artists, and earned respect from every musician who worked alongside him. He died in 2011 at 68, still under-recognized. Number 2, Willie Weeks. George Harrison worked with the best bassists in the world. For his Dark Horse album and subsequent tours, he chose Willie Weeks. Harrison considered him among the finest bassists he'd ever played with, a statement carrying serious weight from a man who'd spent over a decade alongside Paul McCartney. Eric Clapton agreed, making Weeks a touring regular. Before Harrison discovered him, Weeks played on Donny Hathaway's classic albums. David Bowie hired him. Steely Dan trusted him.
Still the water. Put your hand in the hand. No one can help us. Baby, will I?
He built a career where the most discerning artists specifically requested his playing. Fame went to the frontmen, while Weeks remained the hidden foundation beneath them all. Number 1, Al Jackson Jr. Otis Redding, Sam and Dave, and Booker T and the MGs all shared the same drummer. Al Jackson Jr. was the heartbeat of Stax Records. His pocket drumming defined Memphis soul. Al Green considered him among the greatest drummers who ever lived. His stripped-down, behind-the-beat style influenced every soul and R&B drummer who followed. On October 1st, 1975, an intruder shot Jackson at his Memphis home. He was 39. His death robbed music of a rhythmic genius who had already shaped decades of hit records. Yet most listeners couldn't name him, despite knowing every song he played on.
Soul man, talking about a soul man. Soul man, don't you need a soul man?
The overlooked drummer who outplayed them all died without ever receiving proper credit.